Um, okay. So my reasoning as to why morals are objective.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll start out with do you understand Plato's theory of forms?
Yeah, it's like, are we talking like, oh, like as in like, actually, just elaborate. Might as well just elaborate.
So, you know what Platonic concepts are, right?
Yeah, I know what Platonic concepts are, but
So Plato has something called the hierarchy of forms. The lowest type of forms to be the form of physical things, like the Platonic concept of a book, a chair, a door. Then the middle forms would be the forms of ideas and abstract concepts, like love, hate, evil, and other shit. And so the concept of morality would fit into the middle form of Platonic concepts. Then there's the good form, which all Platonic forms come from. And I think Platonism is only rational, metaphysical worldview. And since Platonic, so if that's the case, if Platonism is the case, the morality would be a Platonic form, and therefore would exist, or can exist in a possible world in which humans don't exist. Therefore, is mind independent. So,
why is Platonism the only rational worldview that we can have?
because Platonism can does not, because in other metaphysical worldviews have a causal interaction problem. So let's take dualism, for example. Dualism assumes that either the consciousness comes from a physical or non-physical mind. If it comes from a non-physical mind, then how can we interact with physical, like with our body and shit? If consciousness is physical, then how can we interact with ideas like fucking numbers and other shit and other immaterial things? There's a causal interaction problem with dualism. Materialism asserts everything that exists is physical. That's demonstrably true. Concepts are non-physical, right? Physicalism is also demonstrably false because it says all physical things cause immaterial things, but we know things like laws of logic come before anything physical, so that's also false. And so we would just say that since Platonism has less contradictions, it would just be better to believe that Platonism is true.
Just because it's better to believe this automatically believe, like, just because it's better for us to believe that this is true doesn't necessarily.
Well, would you? So the thing is, I'm saying all other counterpositions are contradictory, therefore impossible. There are no contradictions making Platonism logically possible or metaphysically possible. You'd have to point out the contradiction within Platonism to demonstrate it being metaphysically impossible, or demonstrate that some other position is not only metaphysically possible, but is more likely than Platonism, which I don't know how you could even do that. Which even though I just explained why, like, the three most like popular positions outside of Platonism are literally just contradictory.
All right. So do you think? Okay. So this would be so you would agree that ideas are outside of the physical world, correct?
Yeah, I think they're non-physical. Yeah.
You think that they're non-physical? Okay.
Yeah.
So wait. So do you think like also this applies to like math?
Like numbers in and of themselves, like numerical concept, like mathematical concepts.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're non-physical.
So okay, I'm kind of like I'm just kind of like picking your brain a little bit on like what's like more so what your stance is, I guess.
Okay,
So
sure.
so like do you like so if that's the case, right? How is it like how did we get any of the so if they're like abstract from oneself, how did we obtain these? Okay, since they're image like they're non-physical, how did you think that we attained what math is? Okay, wouldn't that be kind of purely subjective?
How did we? So what is purely subjective?
Like, well, because you're saying, right, these like math, like that math is an ideals and it's outside of our physical, like just outside
Okay.
of like.
Do you think do you think mental states are physical or non-physical?
Mental
By
states or physical or
by
non-physical?
mental states, I mean your thoughts, beliefs, and ability to like reason, their own internal logic, like your like conscious reasoning. Do you think that's a physical or non-physical property?
Oh, I'm sorry. Repeat that 1 sec. I got a text.
Okay, your thoughts and ability to reason. Do you think that's a physical or non-physical property?
Like my thoughts and my reasoning, or like physical or non-physical property.
Yeah,
I think that's like
I define
I
those as
think
mental states.
okay. So I think that I don't know. I think that it can be physical. Let me think about that because I'd have to argue for why they're physical if I agree to this. If I say yes.
Yeah.
Um, um yeah, I think I have to. Yeah, I think I have to say like yes because
Yes, that they're physical.
yeah, I guess I'm their physical.
Well, okay, why do you think they're physical? And that they are physical. How does something physical interact with mental thing like again numbers or concepts?
Wait, so you think? Wait, doesn't like wait? Okay, if that's the case, right? If you're saying that but you're saying mental things and numbers. It doesn't. What do you mean by that? Like
Non-physical things like again, but
yeah,
if
that's not what I'm getting at because you were saying like, oh, that's then you said numbers, and I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense at all. But okay, no, okay, yeah, I think that like basically, I think that we like, I think that our not like knowledge could be or like also our reason more so just based upon our I guess our emotions and stuff like that, and which is like, I guess I was like more neural system of anything, if correct. I mean, how we like personally how we feel like through like I guess like thoughts and reasoning comes from how people think and how people reason in day to day basis, even without like let's say like just like super like out in depth like philosophy. If you use the thoughts and reasoning and the way that they like think and reason certain things is the way they're grown up in their environment. Okay, so I feel like there's other like I feel like that from the physical world help develop thinking and reasoning, like so, like basically problem solving. So
that's,
reason.
that's fine. There's again it calls interaction problem that, and that problem is that okay, if consciousness and reason is a purely physical phenomenon, how could we reason about or interact with things like ideas, concepts, and again in mathematics? Those are purely immaterial existences, and there's a relationship between our consciousness and those. And so, how could that relation be if our consciousness is purely physical?
Uh, do you wait, but you're saying that wait, are you bringing consciousness is non-physical?
Yeah, I think it's non-physical.
Okay, so can you prove that real quick for me?
Oh, because we would say physical and non-physical is a dichotomy, right?
Physical, non-physical is true dichotomy. So
Yeah. Okay, so if spectrum is false, the other side must be true. If physical, that leads to fiction. So it must be, and I can point to the contradiction if you want.
After the contradiction.
And it would be the fact I can conceive of by interaction things in their action. Because something that is this, you know what substances are?
Yeah. Okay, but you're saying that you're like your intermaterial things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so if that's the but if in my view, because like if our consciousness is physical, we shouldn't even be allowed to do that. So what I think that hearing is right is that you're basically like actually just keep going. No. I think I'm on something. You're saying so. You're saying that if there's material these things that we can't like we interact with different consciousness people.
No,
but you're just proving saying, hey, well this is immaterial. So since this is immaterial, and you're not saying why that immaterial, that
we agree that nothing concept are material, right?
or immaterial outside of our
They're not.
yeah, if you think immaterial.
In your world,
You know, I do.
okay, do you agree to that numbers and nothing not physical?
Give like 3 seconds to think about it.
Okay.
Actually, hold on 1 second. I can do this real quick. I gotta get a drink of water.
All right.
You have tight and drew on all four while taking a drink of it. Yeah, that's it. But anyways, right? Yeah, so I'd have to agree that I don't think battles are real. But if you're saying that just because you're lying, the problem here is right, is that you're just consciously not are being themselves material can't interact with the material thing. But your rebuttal to that is saying what material will actually immaterial to interact with immaterial, but you really aren't why we can like material things can like not interact with.
Yeah. The one I brought up substances, that was definitely.
Oh, go ahead.
You don't believe concept and ideas and addicts are non-thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, can I just that first, or do you want me to get into the why you limit you can't interact?
Get into the immaterial limits.
All right. So this substance to be simple, like so, right? We that material is a true dichotomy. So how can one side of a dichotomy entail its negation? So it's like saying it's dark outside, therefore light outside. That's just a country statement, right? So saying that something causes again contradictory statements, the negation of the opposite thing. Right?
Both are dark outside.
Saying because it is light, therefore, so cause for it being, the cause for it being dark is that it's light. See how that contradictory statement?
Okay, are you saying from or
yes, from
well, that's kind of. I mean, I think that's fair. Would you agree? I mean, I'm not like outside dark. When
well, hold on. See, I'm talking in the straightforward sense. You're giving me a scenario when it's not a contradiction. A contradiction should be in the same time, in the same sense. So it's saying, since it is light, therefore it is dark. It means light. How could it be dark at the same time it is light? The same like air. Not there's two different areas. One is dark, one is light.
basically a box, basically a cardboard box, right?
Hard light at the same time.
The whole entire box, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of said outside, but go ahead.
Right. So that's the same thing as something physical causing something non-physical to happen. Right? Just a contradictory like assertion because of the substances of what physical and non-physical are. A true dichotomy, contradictory in nature. They contradict each other.
Wait. So,
that's why dualism is false. That's what I think.
Do you think anything in our universe is physical, correct?
No. Again, I think mathematics are not cool.
Well, I like because well, what do you define? What do you define physical objects again?
physical objects of anything like material.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna have to define material.
Okay, well, I can explain my view. I think Platonic concepts are super mental ideas, and that all things that exist in our reality are just imperfections of the supermental idea. And there are certain non-physical things that are a part of Platonic concepts. Then that which are reflections of the Platonic. These mental things affect us, like and numbers and shit, how we can interact with numbers. So if you make the materialist position affirm that consciousness is physical, that leads to a causal boom. Say consciousness is purely non-physical, again, that solves one interaction problem. The only way I think that you can solve the interaction problem is to assert something that is basically Platonism. Platonism view, I do not think that based on the views that you presented and the views that I just gave to you, only one that is non-contradictory.
Okay, so the problem of being, you're saying that nothing from immaterial things. Like when I define materials, it's more so because this, like, I'm just wanting how you said immaterial thing, not creating material. It's more
okay. The reason, well, you understand my whole thing about it being like a true dichotomy. Imaging is a material thing, right? So how can thing one end of the contradiction until the other?
That's what the definition. You're not. I see the definition of material.
The definition of material.
Yeah, definition.
What's like a simple definition? Because like photons aren't like in science that's like it doesn't have mass, so we would consider it not matter. But in philosophy, photons would still. I think material would be anything that is I don't want to say tangible, because intangible material things like fucking photon, electromagnetic wave and shit. So it's hard to explain. Anything that contains within natural laws of physics, like that.
Anything that contains the natural laws of physics.
It's like existence of like fucking mag waves, that'll be a material thing, or fucking dark matter, dark energy, all that shit. All that would still be material, and then things that actually do have mass and matter or matter. That's physical, like my chair, I guess, my fucking bookshelf, right? So is that an easy to understand explanation?
Yeah. So how do you like? Okay, then if you're saying that everything that applies to like the natural laws of physics, correct? Out with arguments, which explanation be, because I feel like work.
Well, the reason I said that it's not. I don't think it's all everything that applies to physics, but I said that so it wouldn't have any misunderstandings. If I said things that are like physically tangible or have matter, you could be like, well, light particles are massless, so are they non-physical? Or you said, oh, my bad. Okay, I just thought of an easy definition.
Mm-hmm.
Some material things. Okay, so I think one thing so you can understand this definition. The way causation between physical is through some type of impact, right? So like if I would cause something to fall over, there needs to be some physical impact between it. Any material would be something that can cause impact of other thing, right? So I would say light, it can reflect off of glass. So light, even though it's intangible or massless, would still be a material thing. Electromagnetic waves would be the same. You can say dark and matter would be the same as it explains the universe. So yeah, I think anything that can interact for impact, a causal relation of impact, we defined as physical.
So anything that can cause like impact would be physical.
Yes.
So you could just drop last definition. Okay.
Well, we could say those definitions tie into each other.
Wait, if that's okay, you could say that those definitions tie to each other. Well, okay, fine, I guess. But it still is like still relating to like what the beginning is. You're saying whole problem with your whole entire argument now is you're things. You can't interact with everything.
Yeah.
Like, so if you just made a whole definition just to coincide with your argument, why should I take this definition? Because of your
that's my understanding of it. The definition you want to use, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't like personally. Your first definition was fine, but then like after you said the second, like you randomly like added like a couple more sentences that like, made it a little bit more like, oh, what's law? Okay,
well, I made it like because there, like, let's say our observable universe, we can only see so far because the universe is going so fast, light is fast and incredible. So there could be some planet outside of our observable universe, and the planet will still be visible. Even though we can't see it. Like, if I were to somehow get there, I could still touch it. It could be a physical planet just because the outside of our universe, outside of range of our physics, right? So the first definition, it was accurate to the thing that encompassed by our observation, but it wasn't fully. It made a full clarification. So I did the causal relation part just to make you more understand.
So, when you return to the Big Bang, right? So, if it's the case, right, you're saying that okay, only like can be like physical. You're saying, can you prove something like caused the Big Bang was physical? Then, out of your definition, because I feel like your definition kind of just falls upon itself.
If I just don't know what caused the Big Bang, what would it?
I mean, if you don't know what's the Big Bang, you could say that. I could just say, okay, we can have a probability for it being real, correct?
Well, that's hold on. Yeah, because I don't know, like, let's say an example. There's a murder. Who did it? Say, I do know isn't the 1-year-old, right? So the argument that just because I don't know doesn't mean things are logically contrary or logically possible have a possibility of being true. I explained like numerous times why the interaction between something that's physical and non-physical is a contradiction. So even if I don't know what caused the Big Bang,
physical and non-physical, only universe.
It would apply to our universe.
Wait. I just put the universe.
Good. It's a tradition.
Wait. So if you're saying that this is just a contradiction, outside, you can say
it's logical. It's a logical contradiction.
It's a logical contradiction. Run it back to me. Why is it a logical contradiction?
Hold on. Do you know why logical contradictions, no matter what universe, still impossible, right?
Wait. How are they still impossible? Wait. Because the law okay. All right. So you know possible worlds up there? Like you get like contradictions in it.
No, because what possible worlds are abstractions of laws of logic. So if I take consciousness, it wouldn't fit into any possible world because possible worlds exist by the definitions of laws of logic of being not contradictory. And the fucking other two, like the law of identity and the law of in the middle.
Okay, I took abstract of the law of identity, right? And I just took the law of identity and I made a worldview where only the law of identity exists, right? Wouldn't that? I think that it would be fine as a conscious objective that you still have a world.
Well, okay.
So far, therefore, I think you know what I
All right, I can ask you a question. You need to check your point.
I mean, it's asking a question.
Can you describe to me in which no physical things have no miracle values have application to physical? If that made sense.
So, you make
describe for a number to be a full world, like our universe, described universe similar to our own, or consider any one, to where it has things that exist. New values could be applied to those things.
Okay, so are you like I guess.
What would the world look like? Describe the things.
Maybe the mind.
Okay, there's one mind where I set amount of lines. I'm applying new value.
So okay, this is like the whole no matter what would apply numeric. That's fine or whatever. Right? But I'm saying this is like okay, so the people making out right. That's not like not really rebuttal my point at all. Like relevant.
The point in that is that you try to make an abstract world with only the law of identity. The other laws would still come to play because, again, you couldn't describe a world in which there are no physical, right? There's no numerical applications. If worlds such were to exist, that is a violation of the law of non-contradiction. But again,
because it's not like contradiction doesn't mean it's true. Why does not contradiction tell the truth? Like the truth then?
No. Do you know what the entailed possibility is?
Okay, I'm over on this.
Like, imagine a square, right? A quadrilateral, that means it has four sides. Can you imagine a side it's no, because by definition, a square has four sides. So
I personally can't because I am only like a logical thing, okay? And only like basically what I comprehend doesn't matter like logical things.
Hold on. So you think contradictions can actually exist?
Yeah. Like,
contradictions can actually exist. And the law is absolute.
Personally, I want
if contradiction can actually exist, then contradiction to the law of identity would be true. Like law of identity making it incoherent. Because the law of identity.
What's the contradiction of identity though? Like A does not equal A. A does not equal A.
Yeah, because if not contradiction, I just affirm the contradiction of the law of identity is true.
Just because like oh, to you, okay? Just like I'm saying to you, okay? It's fine. These illogical things.
Well, see, like,
yeah, bring it back. I'm sorry. Basically try to. Well, it's still illogical. Just don't say it. You'll hear it, okay? That's fine, okay? And then you still first problem that you're having right now. It's okay for me to read why I think things can exist.
Take it. You make affirmations, right? You understand that you are a burden of proof. I understand. And so, once we have a burden of proof, the only thing we can make accurate description upon reality is based off we need fundamental principles, and if we cannot arrive to coherent conclusions, then conclusions are meaningless. And what I'm saying is, if it's incoherent based off your worldview, then your worldview is meaningless. So nothing wrong from it because it's so incoherent to you.
Coherent meaning meaningless doesn't mean it doesn't exist though.
Hold on. You're ignoring the one. If
better there or you don't think it's meaningless, it doesn't matter. If
it's incoherent, there can be no further observation added on. That's the bullshit. And if there's
wait, I think persistent logic isn't like a thing.
There is justification.
Why do we only take class logics are only like logic?
There is no justification.
Exactly. Why do you think logic?
Because no justification for persistent logic.
Wait. All right. Oh, wait. Why is that?
Well, you have to mute.
You said, "Hey, for this." So I
haven't presented to the show.
What? Okay. right? You said, okay, make a claim that's just for parasitic logic.
But see, I mean, there is no possible way to justify it. I mean that I haven't. Hold on. I've been.
There's nothing else to say there. What do you mean?
Hold on.
You don't justify it.
No,
how many just word? Oh, it's not. It's can't just wait. No. I'm saying you can't justify things. Right?
That's not my point. Now,
oh my god. Okay, fine.
The point is, I'm not making information about something that's universal. On that, I have not been presented the case for consistent life, so I'm not convinced that this is a foundational logical principle, and I haven't presented no logic. So I am convinced that logical principle. If you want to affirm me that Parakin's logic is again a founding logical principle, you need to give me the consistent logic.
Wait, okay, so you're saying that there's just there's not like because you haven't seen justification, even kind of just
I'm not right.
Fine, but it's fine. I'll just let it slide, okay? You said I can't. There's not a way with justify it. I'll say
just believe it. I haven't been
nothing convincing to you. So what if I give you a case that's not good? Just doesn't matter. What do you just
The thing is, you haven't gotten education yet. So making that medical completely
wait, so 5 right? So 6 or more, okay? No. Okay. And
sorry. What did you say? What did the middle say?
Or more. And the conclusion is all men are men. Think conclusion true?
No.
That's the conclusion not true. Why aren't all
non sequitur? Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what a non sequitur is?
Just that the persons don't follow the conclusion at all?
Yes.
Why they can end up true?
Based off of the conclusion.
Wait. No, not because all of identity would still follow through that. Men are still men. If just A equals A, how is that bad?
Okay, and I confirm you did equal A, and that's true.
Okay, A is not A.
Okay, exactly. So how could you be correct and not be correct?
So,
no, it's good. Let's no. We say A is be 21 years old, right? And A is not being 21. So if you say A equals being 21 to 21, right? That's obvious. But
yeah, go ahead.
Not A. I'm right. That's 20 years old. Now, if you affirm the law of entity, true, A would equal A. Now, if we exclude the other laws, I can also affirm A equals A. Now, one of us is correct, none of us is true. If law of contradiction or excluded it or correct, if both are correct, can't discuss anything.
Oh yeah. The problem is this also, okay, right? This is like this is something that you in your classical world is fucking awful.
It's just world. It's you can anything to determine which one of us is in your world on who could be correct in any scenario. Will you just practically useless.
Just again, just something split the meaning. It doesn't exist.
You know,
that's not thing. Okay, you're saying, okay, and it's like you're like like bad. That's not what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get into because you are saying what you are saying, right? Is that hey, nothing else, correct? And then you try to apply again, try to control but so you're saying you are is basically you're saying I'm going to apply it to another argument, correct? And then try to prove that. Or prove just this. So what I'm getting at is also I could give you enough basically over what a thought is there.
Yes.
Yes, they're both the same thing at the same time, correct?
No.
Is this correct?
Oh.
Okay.
Because on incidents observed behaving as a part, and then later on in different scenarios, because so it'll be part of that same just in time period behaves differently.
So wait, this is the same character, and
I was 4 now, right? Does it mean I was not sit in my addiction? No. Is it time? So,
okay. I feel like it's kind of weird. You're saying like, okay, for years. Hold on, Zeref. Okay, wait, ready for rebuttal. Okay, I know. Take out. Besides, right? These things, there's no way can have consistent logic. Okay. When I
said.
Wait. It said there's wait. So you said no. I've seen no justification. Like you said earlier, you can't justify it.
I got what I said.
You said that's the point. So and I would too. So I mean, this kind of shit I'm going.
I said I did. Okay.
No, you definitely.
Hold on, word for word. Quote, I did not say you got justified. All I'm saying is I have been presented with quits to my belief. I not.
No. Before that, you definitely said you
said I don't justification.
I called out on it, and I said
because you understood.
We made. Me that you
misunderstood the position of my belief. All I was my own belief, and
your own beliefs. Belief, okay? I don't fuck with if what's said, I have to take what word or like what it actually means. You can't possibly any
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine, Tygga. That's fine, Tygga. That's fine. Because what I meant. You like myself. So going back to that is wrong because you're making your argument that I did actually present me and take it. What you is you worldview is
yeah.
What worldview?
Actually, try to find it. Okay. Yeah, you did. And if you are radical, where
not what worldview is. That's not that. There. Saying that's what we use.
No. You're the difference there. You literally said earlier in this debate, right on logic. You
Take I'm saying is
did not none. So what is the definition? What definition is there?
Take it. The devil is in explain reality and identity, right? Now, stand this argument is tough to discover, which is true, correct?
Okay, now you just you says you said to our inside of reality, correct? Just like
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. I need a yes or no.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So, would you agree with the purpose of the base or argument to true? Is it two other positions? Okay.
I did.
Okay.
This is because you're trying to truth aptness.
No, it's that's just a straw man again, Tygga, because
no, just right. You just said it. Find the truth. So this is not wrong. Again.
Yes, it is.
In different ways to make so clear why you're automatically the fucking straw man.
Tygga, it's because I'm not saying you're to come up to truth, but you is saying
right.
Hey, my entire point. I'm from you're just your position is true.
Position is true. Again, I'm
so
false.
Oh, you more subjective results.
So I'm not more subjective is false. Okay.
Are you affirming it's true?
Or can't label and like okay.
Are more objectivism is true?
That's what I'm saying. So see, it's kind of strange, right? No, kind of strange, ironic. By the way, that he's like me the strong man, but then this is what I'm just saying. And for someone who's a strong man, that you were getting strong, or me get strong and be you. That's beside. It's for right. I don't think that anything. like that. No, we're not going to your out.
Because we're arguing about a point that doesn't matter.
If you didn't matter, why would you go? That's very good. So hold on. If it's a drop point,
you
why don't you the point there?
Stop. Stop talking for a second.
The question.
I'm trying to explain what you're confused about. Now,
point. Now, it doesn't matter. Point.
Hold on. Give you a second. I'll answer your question. Just give me a second. Explain things like minutes. Okay. So the person asking you to define worldview. Worldview in I asked you to do that. And then you said, well, anything is objectively true, but you're affirming the position of moral objective, right? That's all that matters. Yes.
What do you think of this moral objectivism? So, what is the difference?
We're trying to uncover actually more objectivism, right? Which one actually? That's the whole purpose of this. The reason why.
You have for the debate. Okay, don't you get true? Okay, the world is kind of because what we're talking about is a debate. Okay, it's my position. It's fine for people that this is not true. No, this is there. How do you say everything through your own beliefs? It's not to you, right? You don't think true. Well, that's the case. What is false? Then why are you stuck with yourself? Here's the problem. I'm not saying that personally. I believe this person I can be correct, okay? And correct, okay? Personally, I could get like, oh, this is heresy. Like, not like say this to be. I know the reasoning. I know this is okay, but I can still say that this is what I is correct. This is what I is right. Okay, which problem people go around and through my own beliefs. Okay, say, well, I think you're right. Okay, I don't think you're correct. That's okay. Fine, I can think it's correct. You did it wrong. It's not working. Like you just said earlier. See, what is clearly you just doesn't matter. Oh, straight up something literally doesn't even agree to a truth. It's no race there. No, are you like the thing that really doesn't agree true?
I'm doing that, and that's why you're training me.
You said this earlier.
Tygga.
You sound oppressed.
Right. The reason is because it led up my questions talking about worldview. The purpose of it is to find out which issue is correct. Now, not your issue affirms some objection. I'm saying all you.
Wait, you did ask that earlier. Wait,
I asked. Argue with me.
What? Okay, well, keep going. Syria?
It's me distract. Right. That's all I mean. you think your belief your position is true, regardless of what the position actually is, or the position actually is, you think it's been accurate. The purpose of an argument or a debate is to decide which position between our two contradictory positions is true and accurate. Does that make sense?
True. Okay. So the whole point of you this is trying to okay. What was it? You literally said what I was saying earlier. Better say, hey, this is a risk, bro. Just by the law.
The reason why I did the point that I said the
truth and if you like if
the point that I was relevant is when you started talking about how moral objectivism does affirm truth. That was a rant.
That was irrelevant. Okay. I said all. You're talking about something completely different.
Take it.
And I talking about what's such as an overview after you saying this is irrelevant. So what was the
no take it.
Now like you why are you talking that? That's why I asked you and kept why
you went speaking why more objectives any true beliefs or anything is true. That because that's anything else answers my question had correlation to my argument. That's what the irrelevant. That's what commenting me. I don't care what I do position is, but the position in itself is not what matters here. It's the fact that you affirm the position is true. That's what matters here, right?
Okay. So we got basically. I guess we can now move on from this. Like, what's
okay. Thank you. And now the whole I brought this up because if it's your worldview of sin logic, it could accurately probability. In fact, we wouldn't be able to under anything.
Just try. There's what okay? More than believe truths.
I'm not taught specific moral systems. That doesn't matter.
Why does that apply? Okay, what the fuck does this apply to my argument? What
it applies to your argument.
Absolutely.
Take it.
So, no, in my her logic is honestly be that necessary. Oh, fuck. But go ahead. What were you saying? Kept interrupting.
You keep on one objectivism is how an objective truth. I'm talking about this specific view of more objectivism. I'm talking about description on paraconsistent logic on how if we hear this logic is true, to discern what truth is in any scenario. So
I think really there. Do you think like again I would be more objectivism? That's true. I believe paraconsistent logic.
Do you believe moral objectivism or no?
No, I believe more subjectivism is true, right? I think more subjectivism.
Stop right there.
No,
what was your question?
I said, hey, believe this is true. Paraconsistent logic.
I don't.
So I don't know.
I don't know what you believe. No, I don't.
I'm just saying, so everything can be true, okay, unless there's anything.
So, are you origin or accepting logic?
I'm there.
That's an argument.
I think it could be.
That's an argument.
Or that's something that could.
So that argument is. There could be some argument that I'm not saying, but some argument.
There's
that definition is an argument from ignorance.
Or so I'm saying it, right? Saying that here, character explains to you why this is this, okay? But necessarily, person think it's true or false, okay? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but there could be a moment justifies it, right?
You said that there's no argument to be able to justify. Again, we're going over the
Again, if the point of the argument justify it, it's just an argument from ignorance. So, say of the position in your round, are you separate?
I'll say that you can. I'm not accepting.
So are you accepting pair-consistent logic or inconsistent?
I'll just concede. I was so dumb. I was like, at that